Good morning, everyone. Namaste. We are going to be reading more on Don't Believe Everything That You Think. It says why your thinking is the beginning and end to your suffering. And we're still on chapter 4, Thought versus Thinking. And stop thinking and end your problems. Lao Tzu. It is not necessary to think about your thoughts or to judge them. It does not do us any good. We may think that thinking is helping us, but all it's doing is causing us to fear all those negative, unwanted emotions and making us create reasons why we can't do it or why we shouldn't want it. The only useful and helpful thing was the initial thought that pops into your mind. All of the thinking that happened was destructive and unhelpful. Thoughts create, thinking destroys. The reason thinking destroys is because as soon as we begin to think about our thoughts, we cast our own limiting beliefs, judgments, criticisms, programming, and conditioning into our thoughts, thinking of infinite reasons as to why we can't do it and why we can't have it. Without thinking, we prevent all negative program minding and judgment from tarnishing the initial thought of what you create. And I want to expand on that. So if you were to go into meditation and literally clear your mind, and I know that's difficult at first, especially when you first start going into meditation, but just to clear your mind and you were to align with source, set the attention to align with God's source, and then just clear your mind and just be still with Him. Most of your answers to your problems are going to come through that because it is a highly intelligence that you are aligning with and connecting with. If you are not aligned with Him and you are just in your egoic mind sitting there pondering and thinking, then you are coming up with all these obstacles that might be getting in your way that might not even come true. So aligning with source is what I do in the morning and the evening. I used to have really bad anxiety and depression for years and years. I got Reiki and I did Reiki on myself for a very long time and I cured myself of that. I no longer deal with that. But meditation is something that allows me to consistently keep away from that negative thought process and negative thinking. And if I do have emotions come up, I just allow and release them and understand that it's clearing space for all more positive things to come into my life. But going into meditation is really going to help you to stop that negative overthinking. It says, if these are thoughts of creation, thoughts of qualities of being infinite and expansive and feeling energetically aligned with you. You'll know that you have thoughts from the divine when you feel positive emotions, lighter and alive. Absolutely. And usually you'll get the answer to your questions within 24 to 48 hours if you ask in that stillness. But you don't even really have to ask. They know what you want to know. But you can ask. As soon as you begin thinking about those thoughts, the way that you can make money that you want, you'll immediately feel heavy, restricted, and limited along with a whole onslaught of negative emotions. And this is how you know if you're thinking. I use my feelings as an internal radar that tells me whether I am getting direct downloads of thoughts from the universe or if I'm in my head thinking about my thoughts. You can only ever feel what you're thinking, so feelings and emotions are like intuitive internal dashboards that tell me if I'm overthinking. If I have a negative emotion, I know I'm thinking too much. This is another example of how we naturally are built for success. And I'm going to leave it at that, guys. There's an activity that they want you to do, but we're going to move on past that. But just understand that I believe anxiety is something that kind of helped me to get onto the spiritual journey because I had struggled with it for a real long time, probably about 8 to 9 years prior to waking up on my spiritual journey, and going into meditation, getting Reiki, or even screaming into the pillow or journaling can really help you, and surrendering it to God and asking for His assistance and help, or source, or the universe, whoever it is that you believe in, can really help you to evolve and grow, and not really depend on external factors of the egoic mind and, the 3D realm that we live in. So I hope this helps. I love you all. Have a blessed day, and namaste.